First episode of Vanderpump Rules, new season. I had a feeling it was kind of going to start in a little bit of a weird place because everybody is trying to get their footing post Sandoval, which is how it felt. I don't know. Personally, the episode came off a little forced to me. It just felt like all these people had not really been hanging out in a while. And then like they started filming again and all had to hang out again. And with the Lala voice noting Raquel, to me that also felt like maybe not necessarily that Lala was forced to do it, but I could see like a slight producer push to be like, hey, because I think Lala knows how to make good TV. She knows how to make good reality TV, and I think she knows that like the show would have more eyeballs if Raquel was on it. And she said on Watch What Happens Live that like that during that moment, they still didn't know that Raquel was not coming back to the show. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's a clear like push to be like, oh, you know, I'd really love to have a chat. And I'd really love for it to be on camera so that we can use it for the season. That's just kind of how that felt. So we'll see how it goes. I thoroughly enjoyed that Sandoval did not really have any airtime during this episode because he has just gotten more and more and more somehow annoying to. I almost threw my phone this weekend. There was a bunch of TikToks that were made. I'm sure you saw them about him, like master manipulator, narcissist, trying to throw blame at Nick Viall when he showed up late. And he was like, Nick, you showed up 2 hours late to my like totally deflecting. And Nick was like, that's just not true. Like, it's just not true. Natalie had the receipts. She was like, Nick texted me at 6:50. He was coming home. Like, you're just nothing. He's like, no, you were late, man. Like, no. And it's just like, can't stand him.
Yeah, he's just brutal.
Right, and I really don't want to watch some like fucking say we feel bad for Sandoval or like Sandoval starts going on dates and like I just don't care.
The thing is, I don't think anybody's going to feel bad for Sandoval watching because he makes it really hard to feel bad for him when he starts talking.
Yeah.
It's when the other people are talking about him and for him is when people start to feel bad, but not when he is talking. So if they show him a lot, no, I don't think people are going to feel bad. I think the show, it's very curated conversation. When Sheena said, this line fucking killed me. She goes, people keep asking me if I'm on Ozempic. Have they heard of Sandoval?
Yeah.
I almost shut it off. I was like, this is not a natural conversation.
Right.
This is, why does it have to be brought up in every conversation?
Yeah.
You know? And I understand what they're doing because it literally was 2 months after. So like it's still hot and heavy.
It's
like
fresh.
It's fresh.
It's
They're
exactly
still
what
talking
Ariana
about
said
it.
when she was here. Like,
Right. But I get Ariana talking about it.
Yeah.
That is Ariana's life, is what she's living in the moment. But
Sheena, Sheena really had to make it clear how affected she was by Sandoval.
And it's like, you know, like, of course these things can affect,
baby.
Of course these things can affect other people.
Yeah.
But they affect the people in it the most.
Yeah.
Being Ariana and Raquel and Sandoval.
Yeah.
Are the people in it. You know?
Yep.
Like, and affecting differently, of course.
Yeah.
I don't mean that whatever. But it's just, oh God, that I was like, oh my God, like this is my feeling on Vanderpump Rules. I think Sandoval was the saving grace of getting another season because it was. They said that this show was going to get canceled if it wasn't for this. And so it made for a hell of a season and a hell of an ending of last season.
Yep.
But I do think it's ultimately going to be the downfall of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they are going to be able to get away from it.
To that.
It's not even that nothing can live up to it. I also think they are never going to be able to get away from it.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's always going to be what people talk about with Vanderpump Rules. It's always going to be what people talk about to the cast of Vanderpump Rules. It's going to be what they talk about because they know how much people were roped in.
Right.
And so although it was the rise of Vanderpump for the last year, I also think it is sadly going to be the downfall. But we'll see what happens.
That's
That's
fair.
my thoughts.
Okay, so Vanderpump Rules, I'm giving a C+ episode 1.
Yeah, I'll give it a C.
Yeah, slow start. I think it'll pick up.
But yeah, I mean, Sandoval, those videos of him, oh my God.
No, just brutal.
He is infuriating.
Brutal to watch.
How did Ariana even date him for that long?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know.
Holy fuck.
I know.
Getting into any sort of argument with him, I mean, we've seen it on TV, but oh God.
Terrible.
I want to fucking tear my eyes and earballs out.
Yeah.
Earballs.
Earballs. Balls and ears.
My earballs.